Hi guys, so I'm just going to talk about the new product from BareMinerals, and that is Complexion Rescue, which is this product just here. Now I got this off QVC in a set, so it also came with a product which I think is exclusive to QVC, and that is the BareMinerals Mineral Veil, but again in the Complexion Rescue format. Now I've used this about 3 or 4 times on my skin, and I'm wearing shade Suede 04. And this is for a medium skin tone with more of a cool undertone. So at the minute I've got nothing on my face, just some SPF from being out in the sunshine earlier. Now the first thing I noticed was the texture is really unique. Most tinted moisturisers you can kind of feel the pigment, they kind of have a slight chalkiness to them because you can feel the minerals that are giving you the coverage and the colour. This completely feels different. It's they call it hydrating gel cream, and it definitely does feel like a gel texture. It's super lightweight on the skin. It feels very watery and fluid. So for someone who hates the feel of heaviness on their skin and wants a very light coverage, it certainly wouldn't be enough if you had sort of pigmentation to cover. It's for somebody with a pretty good skin who just wants a little bit of evening out. The finish, it does give quite a dewy, radiant sheen to the skin, but it feels completely matte and dry. So again, that's a bit of a contradiction in terms, but if you want a more of a radiant finish, but perhaps you have a slightly more oily T-zone, or you just don't like the feeling of a moist skin, this is certainly worth giving a go. So I'm just going to apply some to my skin now. Just use your fingertips and apply it like you would a regular tinted moisturiser. So you can see it on my fingertips there. It does look quite opaque, but when you blend it into the skin, you just get a really natural tint. It's quite an inoffensive smell and doesn't smell very strong. But as you can see, it just smooths onto the complexion really nicely and just offers a little bit of something. And as I say, the texture is really unique. It does feel really lovely. When I was watching the presentation, they mentioned that most tinted moisturisers have the pigment on the outside and then the moisturising factor on the inside. And what BareMinerals have done is made it so the hydrating element of the molecule is on the outside and the pigment is on the inside. And I assume that's partly to do with what makes it feel so lovely. As you can see, that's just neutralised a bit of shadowiness under the eyes, just made this complexion a little bit more evened out, just taking down a bit of redness that I have in the cheek area. But I'm sure you'll agree, you can't really see any texture on the skin. It doesn't create any texture in my opinion, or enhance pores. And then just as a finishing touch, we'll just apply a little bit of the BareMinerals veil. I wouldn't be able to wear this on its own. It is a little bit too dewy for my skin. But I wore it underneath the Jane Iredale Mineral Foundation, which is my kind of go-to daily product. So just using a little bit of mineral veil, swirl and tap, and then just buff this into the skin. And this will just again give a tiny bit of extra radiance, but just also set the product a tiny layer of extra coverage. But again, this is for those kind of no makeup days where you don't really want to wear much. You just want a little bit of tint on the skin just to make you look a bit fresher. And there's lots of skincare benefits which I won't reel off to you now, but lots of claims about increases in hydration, etc, which is all listed on the BareMinerals website. So there you go. I really like the finish, and as I say, it feels completely weightless. So yeah, if you're looking for something very lightweight, a nice lightweight gel, it also has an SPF 30, so that's a mineral physical sunscreen. So if you want something with a fairly good high factor in, that you can actually legitimately layer. Obviously a lot of tinted moisturisers, you need to put quite a lot on to get that factor on the skin. Whereas this you could put quite a generous amount on, so you are getting, you know, a good near enough a 30 SPF without looking like you've got lots and lots of layers and texture on the skin. So worth a go. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I can see you again soon.